Where are you from? And what is it that you seek in the colonies?
My name is Devon Rensburg, and I used to work as a steward on board of the Herald, a merchant clipper set for the eastern colonies.
As per your request, I have appointed one of the crew to the position of steward. Perhaps you have noticed some of his work today?
Yes, I regret that I have.
Rensburg?
Your steward almost poisoned me, Cornelius.
I'm always expected to do as the white man does.
Are you men all the same self-indulgent and incredibly overbearing species?
His skills, as those of his people, are limited by nature.
Caught you red-handed.
That's not necessary.
Devon, you are the only one I can trust with this.
Some people might not be worthy of your friendship.
There's something strange going on aboard this ship.
Tell the captain. I am sure he is reasonable.
No one leaves. We sentence him here, right now.
Hello everyone. I know what you're thinking, this is a different face from last time. I am Bart, I am Bart Heltjes, the technical lead for Whisperfire. You may have seen me in chat or elsewhere on Twitter maybe. Roy is currently not feeling too great, so I took over this DevStream. So let's get into it. Today I want to show you some of the work that we've been doing on patch 1.2.0, which is mostly a technology patch as we move towards releasing books 3 and 4, which we've been working really hard on. And as part of that, we've updated our technology to a newer version of the engine. We've added a bunch of features or upgraded features that we thought weren't working quite as well as we hoped. And yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit about that. And then I also have some updates. If you are new to this stream, the idea is that every month or every 2 weeks or 2 times a month we share a little of our development, what we've been doing, maybe games that we've seen that we want to talk about, or if there's a game jam that we've participated in, and we want to share it with you. So then we'll bring it up in the dev stream. It's also about our own development and as a studio and making more people aware of Herald and of Whisperfire. So also already I can say that the next stream will be about building the Whisperfire community to become bigger and get more people to know about us. Also get more feedback on what we're doing and how to maybe improve, because we'd love to hear from you, of course. And yeah, that's about it for how the dev stream works. And today we're going to talk about patch 1.2. I'll run through. I think I'll just start up the game and we'll see what's new. You can currently buy Herald either on GOG.com or on Steam. You should be getting it on 50% off on both of them. I saw that the Steam sale wasn't on yet. I think it should be soon. So keep checking if it's not. And on GOG we're already on sale for 50% off. So this is your chance to get Herald for cheap, or at least book 1 and 2. I'll post the links, or I'll try to post the links if the bot will work in the channel. And there we go. It does. So pick either one of those and yeah, get the game now. It's you know, we want to get more people to play and check it out and get more feedback on how we're doing, so that we can still use that feedback for the next patch. Okay, with that out of the way, I am going to shut off YouTube and return to Herald. Here you can see it on GOG. One other thing that I've changed is the achievements are now all visible. So you see I haven't actually played on the GOG version that much, so I don't have many of the achievements yet myself. I guess that's what you get if you only play the development builds. Here we go. I've turned off the volume for a little bit, so it wouldn't play in the background. And I'll turn it back on. First things first, the menu options, because we've added some options. Also, maybe if you already noticed, the texts are everywhere and throughout the entire game are a lot crisper, because we use a new text rendering technology that's in newer update of Unity, the engine that we use. And yeah, everything should just be slightly easier to read, slightly shinier. Then in the video options, our full screen has got an extra option. It now defaults to full screen windowed. If you haven't started up Herald before, then it will pick that one, which is the one I always use for my games, because it lets you use Alt Tab to switch between screens a lot easier than the exclusive mode, which is usually slower to switch between programs. So if you are like me and you like being able to switch to something else quickly, then full screen windowed mode is there for you. On the gameplay options, we have a new option here, the dyslexia friendly font. You can't see what it does right now, so I'll get back to it in a minute. Because there's a lot of text in this game. One of the things that we got feedback on was that for people with dyslexia, sometimes it might be difficult to read or to follow along with what's being said. And we decided that it was relatively simple to add support for dyslexia font for a font that is easier to read for people with dyslexia in the places in the game where you have to read the most, where it's the most text. Then another thing for accessibility that we've added is cinematic subtitles. So in the cinematics, sometimes it was hard to hear exactly what was being said. No promises yet, but if we go into localization, we also into translating Herald into different languages, then we'll also want to do that with the text and not all the voices, because that would probably be rather expensive. But in that case, you need to have subtitles for the pieces that weren't written yet, the parts of the game, such as the cinematics, where you can't, where the text is spoken and it's not written down. So now we have subtitles, so you can see them. I'll turn them off for now, so I'll show you another slightly new addition. I'm going to start a new game now. So we can see this new subtitles in action. And there it is, that's what I wanted to show. It also asks me to enable subtitles the first time I start the cinematic, if I have them turned off. Or actually it also says, if you have them turned on, then it will say, oh, you want to disable them maybe.
No sense of sound. No smell of air. Breathless. I drifted among faceless shapes, without a clear distinction of form. blinded. Until someone or something made me soar. Higher and higher still I went. That is all I can remember.
I don't believe you.
So here we are, in the first scene in Herald Book 1.
Now sit down.
I'll just skip a little bit through it, so I can show some of the new stuff.
I'm sorry, but you can't leave until you tell me.
So one thing is the animations on well, a lot of things, such as these. When I make a decision that didn't use to animate, and it felt kind of wrong when you're thinking about what you want to select, and just adding this little animation when you hover over something, we felt just adds a lot to the general feeling of the game, of how polished it is and how well it plays. So if I just go back to my options and just turn on the dyslexia font, I can also show that. And I'll just say
I was born in
here.
the colonies, and I was hoping to find a home here. But so far, the welcome has been somewhat lukewarm.
Do you or do you not swear allegiance to the Lord Protector? As a
So
servant
the same
of
with
his
the
protectorate?
with this arrow, just added animations in many places.
No, I don't consider myself a servant of anybody.
But you are. The uniform already betrayed you. The bright blue fabric, the golden stitching.
I'll switch back to the normal font so you can see the difference clearly.
Tells me that you are part of the crew on one of their ships, probably a merchant vessel. The embroidery even says that you are the captain of that ship. Impressive. But what happened to your ship, Captain?
What happened to my ship? I don't know.
I
can't remember.
Can't remember?
One piece of feedback that we got a lot from people when they were playing this the first time is that they were they found it hard to answer these questions because you don't know. You don't know. You just jumped into the game. So how do you answer these? And that is the decision that we made on purpose, just to find a new way of telling that story, letting you fill in what Devon knows.
Now, is this journal yours?
I am being informed that my face is in the way, so I'm just gonna turn my face off for a second. There we go. That should be better, right? The journal, is it? No, it's not my journal.
I don't
no
know
idea.
who that belongs to.
No idea.
It says Devon Rensburg inside.
Oh.
Is that you?
No, that's not me.
Devon Rensburg is a friend of mine.
I was gonna say I don't know who that is, but apparently
Spare me, Devon.
we're not the best liar I've ever heard.
I'll give it back to you once you've enlightened me on its contents. Now read it for me. And remember, I expect the truth.
So the journal that the Rani is giving to Devon here
Again,
is an important part of the
where are
game.
you from? And
It's
what
where
is
Devon
it
keeps
that
his
you
notes
seek
on
in
the
the
journey
colonies?
that he took, And it's also where we give some feedback on the decisions that you've made. We're trying to highlight that more in book 3 and 4. We want to make it more clear where you are having an influence on the story, where you're taking these branching choices.
It's not like I have any choice. I come from the West, born here in the colonies, but raised in the capital of the Protectorate's homeland, a city that never felt like home.
And as part of making that more important,
with its people.
We also updated Journal, because of course we did.
So I decided to.
And actually, we turned it into the original design that we planned right back when we started. But then, due to production realities, we just couldn't make it the way that we had intended.
I'd never worked on a ship.
But now we have, so I'm going to show that off in the next scene where we can actually use it.
So that's what I did. The recruiter, Aaron Ludlow was his name, took me in a rowing boat out of the harbour. And there she was, his lordship's vessel, Herald.
There, the capital city in the background. Capital city of the Protectorate. I'll leave it to you to guess what city it is. Guess this in the comments, if you in the chat box, if you want to hazard a guess.
My God, Ludlow, have you read this?
And here we are with Aaron Ludlow and the captain.
Your people seem to be causing a lot of unrest in the colonies lately.
My people, sir?
Well, you know.
You know, your people.
I don't know, sir.
I like Ludlow's passive aggressiveness in this scene.
Does not benefit them enough. They accuse the Lord Protector of abuse of power and demand fairer wages. The local regent has yet to respond, but I fear he will cave into the pressure.
Is that why we have the politician on board?
Yes. Senator Morton is the regent's brother-in-law, and he's going to help him with the complex politics of this affair. He's also accompanying the regent's daughter safely back to the colonies. Remember to treat both of them with respect.
I have played through this scene so many times. You will probably understand.
Is there anything
it's
else
the second scene, and going through it.
Well,
yeah, that happens a lot when you're developing a game like this.
A letter, sir, addressed to Senator Morton.
Well, what are you waiting for? Give it to me.
The letter for
But
Senator
sir,
Morton.
It's not your...
It's actually on your desk.
My ship, my rules, Ludlow. You know this. Besides, I don't think Mr. Morton has anything to hide from me. He better not.
May I remind you he is a Protectorate official, sir.
And so am I.
The first power struggle in the
You
game.
there. What do you
The
think,
captain
boy?
and Mr. Morton. I can hint that it will that will become something to look out for in the next books, the upcoming books. So what are we who are we going to side with? Are we going to tell the captain, yeah, open the letter? Or do we side with Mr. Morton and say, no, look, you can't just open someone's letter. Let's go with this time. Don't open it.
Don't open it, sir. It's none of your business, and the Protectorate won't like it.
Really now? But what if it's important? What if it's something I need to know in order to keep the peace among the crew and passengers? I am the captain after all, and I have the responsibility to know everything. You should remember that, Mr.
I don't think that worked. I think Hendrix has his own views. Just to see how how stuck he is to his own views.
Devin
Let's ask him
Rensburg,
to
sir.
call us
But I
Devin.
prefer people to just call me
It's
Devin.
informal, you know. You're all friends here.
Captain Cornelius Hendricks. Nice to have you aboard, Herald.
Yeah, he's not having it.
I assume you understand that there are rules.
Captain Cornelius
Officer
Hendricks is
Ludlow
not
will
used to
give you the
listening to other
lowdown on
people.
them during your tour of the ship.
He's more, you know, used to telling other people what to do.
Sir, I have other...
But first, Ludlow, I'd like you to find Senator Morton and send him here. I need to talk to him about this letter of his. Be quick about it. I'll send Rensburg after you in a moment.
Yes, sir. Be sure to see me on deck, Devon.
So then, Rensburg, I take it you must be returning home to your family?
And here we get to make a decision on our own backstory. So we're actually filling in why Devon is here. I think my Devon doesn't like his protectorate family.
I'm done with my protectorate family. So
and this
they're
is
only my foster parents anyway.
now you get this update that something changed in your notebook,
I'm
in your
hoping to
journal,
find my real family.
and I'm going to show you
country of
what
birth.
that is in a second.
I know my father is a Protectorian, and my mother is originally from the colonies. It won't be easy to find them. That's why I'm writing everything that might help me with my search down in my journal.
Yes. Yes, I see. Well, you should look at my globe then, Rensburg. As you see, the colonies are very big. You should write it in your journal. Well,
Yeah,
off
thanks.
you go
Very
to the tour
helpful.
of the ship. Have a nice.
Okay, so this is the the main gameplay of Beyond the Dialogues, and now we're gonna inspect objects around the room. Currently, we can only inspect the globe.
There was
It's,
a globe in
the
it.
first time we
The
can
ornate
do
rooster
something
on
like
top
this,
stretched his wings out over the world, as if protecting.
and we can write something down in our journal. You see a new entry, and the tutorial will tell us to open the journal. And this is the update to the journal. If you've seen the old version, it was just a flat image that would come down from the same spot, but it would just be a flat image. And now it's actually a 3D model, and we're drawing the interface, the UI, on top of that. And if we go to another page, you can see that actually the buttons and everything that is here will go with it, which is neat, I think, and how I originally wanted it to be. So Devon Rensburg is yellow, the entry, and that is because we've just told the captain I always wanted to go back to my real parents, so I ran away from home to find them. If I had made a different decision, that text would be different. And might also have other consequences in the game, because we're storing that data and using it again, around the game. Oh, hang on. So the map of the Herald is still here, and we'll slowly unlock that as we play the game. Now, what we're currently doing, we're going to have to follow Officer Ludlow. Alright, we can close the journal. And here we are. These little notes, you can see they also have the sharper letters with the new rendering, the text rendering stuff going on. So yeah, that's some of the technology that we've added.
Oh, well.
Some of the other technology that we've added is a little bit harder to show you because it's only in the new scenes. We didn't actually create new content for Chapter 1 and 2 because they're done and the story is already there. Anything that we do add here you will not see as a player, but it might have effect later on in the game. Okay, that's that's the I think the most important stuff that was in the patch. I'm gonna check my notes for just a second to see if that's correct, if I'm not missing anything. Oh yeah, I am forgetting something. So if we go back to the main menu, one thing that we got feedback on was, alright, I've played the game, I finished chapter 1, and then I went in chapter 2 and I've made some decisions and I don't like it, I want to start chapter 2 again. Then, so here you see I have book 2 unlocked, and I'm gonna delete this game. So after I have book 2 unlocked, because I've played through chapter 1, I can start chapter 2, but I will get a weird history, because my choices will actually not be my own choices, they will just be the defaults that we had entered as developers. That was a bit weird, we agreed. So now, instead of doing that, the first time you, or whenever you finish chapter 1, we store the current game state, and if you start book 2, you continue from there. So you continue from the last time that you finished chapter 1. There's a slight difference in how it works.
Well, it seems to me he had that coming.
And the Rani immediately, that's one of the things that made it weird. The Rani immediately responds to how you acted in the previous scene, which, you know, might be different than the saved state that it used. So I'm gonna turn the volume off again a little bit and bring my face back. Hello, face. That's the most important stuff that you can see right now in book 1 and 2. There is some other really cool stuff, but unfortunately you'll have to wait for book 3 and 4 to actually see how that plays out. One of the things that we can do is it's a lot easier for us now to make cool cinematics, moving cameras and moving characters, that kind of stuff. So you'll see a lot more of those in book 3 and 4 than there were in book 1 and 2. Then so that's the patch 1.2. Along with the patch release, we've got the sale, and okay, yeah. So the sale on Steam will start in a couple hours. So if you want to have the game on Steam, the sale starts very soon now. But it's on a different time zone, so there's some mix up there. But it'll just be a couple hours. Just check back tomorrow, or just get it on GOG, because personally I'm a big fan of GOG. I really like the platform. I'll show you my games library. I've got a really old games on it mostly, because I like those, and also some newer games. But yeah, that's sure. Just get the game there for 50% off right now, and that's the last chance that we're going to give you for a while to at 50% off. We don't usually do that because we think Herald's already pretty cheap. At 10 euros or $10 depending on where you live. So right now it's $5. We think that's just really a fair price for the amount of content that you're getting and the amount of work that we've put in it, of course. Other stuff that I wanted to tell you about. We have research project going on. As I told you, we are looking into ways of providing more feedback to you, the player, on how you are doing in the game, how your choices are affecting what's going on. So you might be familiar with the Telltale games, where they say, "Oh right, this character remembers what you did." And that kind of feedback is something that we've been thinking about how we would want to do that for Herald. We think we can do it better. We can give you more of a feeling. All right, what I am doing is affecting the game world, because it does. We have quite a lot of interactivity built into the story and stuff that can go differently. But we're thinking about, all right, how do we highlight that best, and how do we get you more involved in your own story, in your story as Devon. And to do that, we've created a partnership with the Utrecht School of the Arts, a arts university here in Utrecht, where our studio is. And we have started a research project with them, where we will look at different ways of increasing engagement with the content from players. We'll publish that research publicly, so it will be available for other developers as well who are working on story games and just want to show how your decisions affect the game, make the player aware of them, because that's a common problem, and it's not. I don't think it's solved. I'm not sure if there's one solution for it, but one remark that is often seen is, alright, yeah, the choices don't really matter for this or that game in this game space, and it's never possible to make every choice matter, because then you would just get an infinite amount of content, and I would argue it's also not what you want, because usually you want a story to have a certain direction, a certain point that we as creators or we as writers are trying to get across. But to show you where you are having an influence, and to really highlight that more, we've got a narrative research project together with the Utrecht School of the Arts, and I will post a link in the chat right now. Yes, it works. And there you can sign up for the research project. We'll ask you to join in a couple tests. You'll be getting one version, and other people will be getting other versions of the test. Answer a questionnaire about it, and if you participate in all the tests that we're doing, you'll get a free copy of Herald Book 1 and 2, which so yeah, that's also a way to get the game, just help us with our research. And yeah, the link is currently in the chat, so you can find it there. What else? What else do I have to tell you guys? Oh yeah, I will show you one other thing. And hang on. The Games for Diversity Pride boat. We did this last year, and we're involved in the organization of this, or at least one of us is. Roy is. I usually does this stream, and we are also on this. See if you can find us on this picture. Games for Diversity is an organization that is trying to increase the amount of diversity, racial diversity, sexual diversity, other diversities in the Dutch game industry, both on the content side and what kind of stories we are telling, but also on the developers side, right? Just showing what kind of people we have and enabling to tell different stories, because that's really what Whisper is about. So it's really close to our own mission, just telling different kind of stories about different kind of subjects. So Games for Diversity is organizing a pride boat for the Utrecht Canal Pride, which you can see here. It's soon. And if you are near Utrecht on the 1st of June, then we'd love to see you there, and please wave at us, and we'll wave back. Also, the narrative research participation form, I'll just put that up here so you can. Oh, hang on. I just forgot that you didn't see that. here you go. Here's the website for the Canal Pride and the Games for Diversity boat. This was the picture I was talking about just now. Yeah, so 1st of June, be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of crazy people with from all kinds of backgrounds dressing up as video game characters, which is always fun. The narrative research page that I also wanted to show you. Yeah, please go there. You can find the link in the description. And I think that's all I have for you today. The next stream will be in 2 weeks, so Thursday in 2 weeks from now. Let's see the date. I don't know the date by heart, so I'll just check. It's the 6th of June, and that stream we will talk about community building, because we want to build up the Whisper community and people who think our mission is interesting and our games are interesting and want to see more of it, want to maybe also give us ideas, talk to us about what you would like to see in our games, or or you know, maybe you're just really interested in how we create these games, what the ideas are, or this game in the case of Herald, what the ideas behind the story is. Then yeah, we want to engage with our audience more. So we're not entirely sure yet how to do that. And the next stream, we have some ideas. The next stream, we're going to talk about those and yeah, see if we can get more people involved. And that's all I have for you today. So the sale that's currently that's going on GOG and starting soon in on Steam, that will end on Monday. So it's only a few days. Get it quick, get it now, because we won't be doing the same 50% off for a while at least. Thank you for watching, everyone. I have been and continue to be Bart Heltjes, and I am now signing off. Thank you very much. Goodbye.